Welcome to Fashion, Faith, and Flair, and today's faith message is God is always with us in all the detours of our lives. When I think back to when I asked Christ into my heart back in 1983, my Christian walk has taken a lot of detours. And when I think about today's world with technology and how much it's driven by that, I think about Google, because it seems like we always Google when we want to know something. So it reminded me that God does not have to Google us. He knows where we are in life, and He knows our heart at any given time. And no matter what we go through in life, He is always present. Last year, I did a devotional at a Sunday school class. It was an online class because COVID had hit and we were no longer meeting in person. And it was to be on a Psalms. And I did Psalms 139, 7 through 10. And I want to read that today and then tell you a story of what I told last year, because I live for the God moments. Because God shows up when we least expect it. And I know that He is always here. He's with us no matter what. But I love it when He makes the impossible possible happen. So it goes like this. Where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? If I go to the heavens, you're there. If I make my bed in the depth, you're there. If I rise on the wings of the dawn, if I settle on the far side of the sea, even there your hand will guide me. Your right hand will hold me fast. So when the coronavirus shutdown happened, it affected everyone's existence. I think I can say everyone in this case. And of course it affected my existence as well. We had to adapt to a quote new normal, and the thing is that I live by God is in charge of my daily life. Now it's not easy to do, and I always am trying to take my will back, but it's what I try to do. And so when the furlough happened, the job that I had at the time, I was furloughed from that job. And so the day that I got furloughed, I went on the website to apply for unemployment. And that was a disaster. The website kept crashing. I couldn't even get signed up. So I thought, well, it's probably because all these thousands of people are trying to access this website, and the system can't handle it. And so the next day, I tried reaching out by phone, and the IVR kept hanging up on me, so I couldn't reach out by phone. And then, it said that they're all busy, thank you for calling, and then it cut you off. So not only could I not get through the website, I couldn't get through to a live person. So I decided to call my state representative. I thought, well, certainly I'm not having the same issue. So I called my state representative, and the message on it was that he was not taking calls and thank you for calling, and then it hung up. So I'm like, okay, I can't reach my state representative. So then I thought, well, why don't I call the governor's office? So there was a main line to call the governor's office, and of course, I do not know anyone in the governor's office. I've never met the governor. I don't know anyone who works in the governor's office, but I actually got a live person. I could not believe it. And her name was Vanessa, and she answered, and oh my God, she was so kind to me. She took my information down, and she said, hopefully, someone would get back to me from the unemployment office. And so I hung up with her, and of course the first thing I'm thinking is, well, I should have gotten a name or something. And I thought, no, I've done my part. I'm going to leave it alone, and something will come of this. So I knew not to worry, because in my mind and in my heart, I thought, God's got this. And so I started playing around with the website, and believe me, it was not easy to maneuver in at all. First of all, the website was very outdated, and it was not easy, the pathing to get to the benefits. I mean, you had to search around, and it was probably redirecting people so that it wouldn't crash so much, because so many people were applying for benefits because people were getting furloughed, and it was a hot mess. So so I finally saw another drop down, and I was able to start the process, but I wasn't sure if I was doing it right. But I actually then got a phone call from someone from the unemployment office. So I explained to her what I had done, and so, I mean, she was so kind and nice, and it turns out everything was good. It was filed. I did what I was supposed to do. And so I happened to look at my email, and I noticed there was an email with the subject line that said governor's request. And again, I do not know anyone in the governor's office, nor the governor, and this was God's doing. No matter, what we go through in life, in our individual lives, God is always there. And I will tell you that my friend had also been furloughed at the same job. And that number, by the time she called that number the next day, it was not working. So it was a miracle that I got through on that general office or general number, and I actually got a live person. But I thought it was interesting because she put it through as a governor's request, and I thought, oh my God, this is a God moment. Because there's no way, like I said, I have no connections. I don't know anyone. It was God doing something for me. That was a God moment. And so I just wanted to, I just wanted to talk about that briefly, because when you think of some of the little things that happen in life, or something, for this was a big thing for me, because it was, trust me, it was frustrating to get on this website, and I have a little bit of a technology background. So, but to see that the governor's request, and that I got a call like really quickly, that was definitely God's sign of saying, you know what, I'm there with you. You've done your due diligence. Let me take care of the rest. And so I just want to say, no matter what we're going through in our individual lives, He's with us. He's with us when we have health issues. He's with us when we have challenging relationships. He's with us when we have financial situations. He is the light in us, and it shines through us. And His relational and personal, He is relational and personal, each of us. And His love surpasses any turmoil in this world. And so I want to remind you that if you're having a bad day, or you're thinking, you know what, God doesn't hear me, He doesn't hear my prayers, He's nowhere around. Yes, He is. And you have to have faith, and you have to have hope, and you have to remember the God moments. And those are moments when He shows up unexpectedly and things work out. And so we can't control everything around us. Obviously, I couldn't control the pandemic. You couldn't control the pandemic. I couldn't control all of that. But I could lean into my relationship with God and just trust Him and listen to the Holy Spirit to guide me. But what we can choose, if we can't control our circumstances, we can choose our attitude, and we can have a heart of gratitude and remember that we are blessed beyond measure. There is always something to be grateful about, something. And we can enjoy those God moments and be thankful for them. And so that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about today. But just remember, there are God moments, and they are the moments that you just say, oh, wow, I can't believe it. Because trust me when I say, I do not know anyone in the governor's office, and that was definitely a God moment for me. So if you like this video, please hit that like button, and I would appreciate it if you would subscribe. I'm still trying to hit those 100 subscribers so I can get a custom URL. I'd appreciate it if you could help me out. But till next time, I hope you have a blessed day.